The three important areas where you want to be able to see the doorway are the bed, the desk, and your favorite lounge chair. The stove is also important, but we're not going to try to cover that in a furniture store. So where your desk is located, this has a nice solid back, that has a nice solid back, this has a nice solid back, really represents you've got backing in your desk work. And you want to be sitting where you can see out into the room, not have your desk slammed up against the wall. What's on the other side of the desk represents your future, and you don't want to have it just blocked by a wall. I really like these modern desks that have the hole in them for your cords, because that's a lot of the problem with people turning their desk so it faces into the room, because they say, what am I going to do with all these cords? You got a hole in it, you just stick them through. It's a really easy way to deal with it. Now, let me point out these Buddha head lamps. Now, what Feng Shui doesn't want to see in your home is representations of human bodies that have missing heads or missing arms or legs. It's fine to have a head if it looks like that head was not taken off of a statue and vandalized. If you see a Buddha head that looks all jaggy at the bottom, even if it was made that way, it has the vibration of vandalism. This has no problem because it looks like it was made to be a Buddha head, not part of a statue. So that's real different. And you'll see that with like a bust of Shakespeare, a bust of Caesar, Nefertiti, something like that. All right, the question is, what if you cannot turn your desk so it faces into the room? What if you have to have it so you're looking toward the wall? Then you use a mirror. And it can either be a nice large mirror, or it can be one of the round convex mirrors that you get at an auto supply store. You would just stick it, here's your screen, and you would just stick it on the corner of the screen so you could easily see behind you there. This is a good opportunity to point out something about shelves here. If a shelf has a regular thickness, this is about 1 inch thick, it's considered that there is some cutting energy just from the shelf itself coming out into the room. If it's behind glass, I wouldn't worry about it. But if it's a bare shelf, you especially don't want that right behind your back. It's like this cutting energy coming in right from behind you. The thicker the shelf, the better. And you can find shelves sometimes that have an artificial thickness where there's an extra piece added to it. And that makes it so there's no problem at all. The cutting energy on this kind of shelf is coming out this way. It's not the cutting energy that's coming out like from the clock. That's a type of cutting energy there. And while we're at the clocks, let me just say something. That if you have a clock that's not working in your home, get it fixed or put it away, because it's representing you're stuck in the past. So it's one of the things that is considered to stagnate energy. This is not a working clock, but if it is a working clock, it should give you pretty close to the accurate time. You can set it a little early if you want to get someplace on time, but pretty much keep your clocks at the right time. If you have a clock you can't trust in your home, you don't know if that's the right time, what it's bringing into your home is a feeling of untrustability. Can I trust my partner? Can I trust my teenagers? Can I trust da-da-da? You want to be able to look at the clock and trust that it's giving you the right time. When you're working with the Bagua map, it's going to be places in your home for metal. Places for wood, places for pottery, that sort of thing. Here is an example of a metal screen that has lots of round shape. So where this is ideal is this creativity in children, as well as the section next to it, helpful people in travel. Absolutely ideal. So there are great places for metal, especially if it shows roundedness there. You could say, oh, this is a dried plant. Isn't this a problem? Doesn't this represent dead, stagnant energy? No. You still got the beauty of the form of the bamboo, but it has been shaped into a useful object. As long as that happens, then it's not a problem. If it were just bamboo sticks that were sitting on the floor, leaned up against the wall, they would have this dried plant energy, plus they would say that the energy was being pulled down and out. Here, they don't rest on the floor. They rest on the bottom of the screen, so the energy is not being pulled down and out. Instead, it's going up. It's a very nice piece. It's real useful, this type of screen, for what is now pretty common in homes, what's called the great room. And Feng Shui, frankly, doesn't care for great rooms. It likes rooms that have a purpose. This is the bedroom, this is the dining room, this is the living room, and that's not the way we live now. A lot of homes have built in a great room that does several purposes. But if you'd like to divide it up, that's what Feng Shui recommends, is divide it up. Here you've got the best of both worlds. You've got the airflow through it, but you are suggesting this space is different. There's a different purpose here and a different purpose there. So it's a really nice thing. Sometimes all you have to do is make the suggestion that this is how things are without going and building a wall that could just be pretty awkward and hard.